Tenant's been there 20 years, pays $1,200 a month in a duplex, where the landlord need to pay the $8,000 to $30,000 to each tenant to evict them to sell. Now, just to clarify one point she made, Eileen was quoting the rent stabilization ordinance in the city of Los Angeles, which is one city. There's other cities, Carson being another city. So on a case, Eileen, in Carson, are you up to date on the details there? And if you have somebody paying below market?
Typically, I would verify the address, because even like in Lomita, there are some parts of Lomita or some parts of Torrance that can still fall in with the city. But let's just say that it is a Carson property. I think she said I heard you say it's a duplex. Typically, something in Carson would not have their own rent stabilization ordinance. They are just subject to the state, because the state law in 2019 changed to enact the Tenant Protection Act. So any property that is 2 or more units, there's an exception where, unless it's a duplex where owner occupied at the time that the second unit was leased, but let's just say that it's 2 tenants, they've been there a long time, it is not. So let me say is that right now we're still in the Los Angeles County eviction moratorium, so you can't do anything, but that is going away come January 1st. So let's just say you're in 2023. You have to have cause. So you cannot terminate without cause. So you have to have a breach of lease, an owner occupied, something that's in the code that allows you to do so. You can still do a cash for keys, but the relocation under what we call AB 1482, the Tenant Protection Act, is 1 month's rent. It's nothing like the city of LA that's $8,800 to $30,000. If you had grounds to terminate, all you'd have to do is waive 1 month's rent or pay 1 month's rent within 15 days of the notice. So your negotiating dollar amount is probably much less. But if they've been there a long time, it usually takes quite a big amount. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily, but if they've been there a long time, there hasn't been rent adjustments, they're under market. A lot of times the problem is that the sticker shock for people to try to find something comparable. So you have to consider that when trying to help them, or not help them, but to compensate them so that they can go get something new.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Is this lady paying $200 a month? Even if you get her out before she moves, she's going to look around and find out she can't find something comparable for less than $2,000. That's why they want her out. Well, she may not have that extra $800 a month. And so now you have a case where she's faced with being homeless. She's going to fight like her life depends on it, because it might to some regards, or it might feel like that to her. So you have to kind of look at it from their side to at least understand how they're going to react, I think, to be realistic.